Hey guys, Brad Gilmore here. Want to give a big shout out to our title sponsor, Walker Texas Lawyer. If you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, whether that be a car, truck, motorcycle accident, or some kind of other issue, hit up Walker Texas Lawyer at 713-552-1117 or walkertexaslawyer.com.
Oh, Brad, what have you done now?
Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. TV host, best-selling author, and radio personality Brad Gilmore brings you a collection of conversations with stars from movies.
Matthew McConaughey.
Brad Gilmore.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, how are you?
The legendary Mr. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher, how are we doing?
I'm doing good. Great introduction.
Jessica Alba and Lizzie Mathis. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Kevin Costner joins us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon joins us this morning. Jimmy, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Brad, for having me. I appreciate this, bud.
Kelly Ripa.
Brad, thank you for having me.
Comedy.
Jay Leno joins us. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Brad, what's going on?
Chris Tucker is in the building. Chris Tucker, good morning to you.
Hey, Brad, good morning to you. How are you?
George Lopez joins us right now. George, how are you doing, sir?
Good morning.
Music.
Lola Monroe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The legendary frontman of AC/DC, Brian Johnson, joins us right now. Brian, how you doing?
Good morning, Brad. What lovely to talk to me. Funny lad.
Megan Trainor.
Thank you so much, Brad. You're awesome.
Chloe Bailey joins us. I appreciate the time.
Appreciate you.
And more. This is The Collection. Now your host, The Boat.
Brad Gilmore! Well, the biggest party of the summer is right around the corner, and it is going down at MetLife Stadium. And what better way to talk about the party that's going on in New York than bringing on one of New York's finest? She is a former WWE Women's Tag Team Champion, the first ever Queen of the Ring, and the brand new WWE Women's United States Champion, the one and only, the often imitated but never duplicated Zelina Vega joins us this morning. Zelina, how you doing?
Thank you for that introduction. I love that. That was awesome.
Look, congrats on the championship. You know, the first singles title that you've held. You had so many accomplishments in the WWE. There's been a groundswell of support, I feel like, for you on the internet for quite some time, and it's boiled over into arenas around the world. And now you have that championship on your shoulder. When that 1, 2, 3 hit, and they said "and new," what was the first thing in your mind?
I don't even know if there was anything in my mind other than complete shock and just, I don't even know how to describe the feeling, but it just felt like like a levitation kind of moment, because you're like, I can't believe that I finally did this. You know, after wanting to have a singles championship for so long, hearing "and new" and then looking at the title was just like, I remember like holding it for a second, looking down, and I'm like, I can't believe that this is real. You know, so it was just a mind-blowing, just completely incredible moment. And, you know, again, it made it even that much better that I felt like the fans had finally kind of lost it a little bit too, because if we're being real about it, it was a while before I had won a match, but also had bring gold home for, you know, however long, since obviously the tag team championship. So I think they were all ready for it. And then getting to hear at the corner, "You deserve it," was just the cherry on top. Like, it was amazing. And I'm so glad that, you know, the fans stuck with me no matter what, even if there wasn't anything necessarily to celebrate, you know, after all my losses, they just were so unconditional with their love and support. And I'm really, really grateful. And I love my ZV Army so much.
So what do you chalk that up to? Why do you feel like the ZV Army never gave up? Why do you feel like you've had this connection with the fans so strong that's helped propel you to this moment?
Well, to be honest, I'm super, super big on like being authentic and being genuine. And there's one thing of being who you are on TV, but what they're seeing on TV is me, you know, like it's 100%. Like, I have no problem putting, you know, my heart out there and saying, this is who I am, like, take it or leave it. But also, you know, it's something that I want people to identify with, because this is my life. This is what I've wanted to do since I was 4 years old. And, you know, if someone like me, who's been told a million times, I remember my first tryout with WWE was in 2010, and I had been told no all the way to 2017, to push through and not let anything or anyone dictate your life or your path. And I mean, to go from being told no all those years to being a history maker, now champion, like that's I hope that people look at that and say, you know, if she can do it, I can do it, because that's partially why I wanted to be that kind of representation for people, not just Latinos, not just girls, not just people who are shorter in stature, but anybody who can identify with me. I wanted to be that representation for them. Even my gamer and nerdy friends out there. So it's fun to pull that in also, like with the anime stuff that I do, or the gaming stuff. Like we're more than just, I'm more than just a New Yorker. I'm more than just Puerto Rican. Like she can like other things too. And wow, I actually do also. It's nice.
What's interesting is, I've gotten obviously to work with Booker T down here in Houston for quite some time, 12 years. He brought the United States Championship. Yeah, you gotta love Book. He brought the U.S. title to WWE back when WCW closed down. And he said that he always thought about the people, and he knew who he represented, but he also wanted to represent everybody. And I think you just hit on that, especially with the United States Championship. You represent the country, but we got to talk about it. SummerSlam, New York, New Jersey, MetLife Stadium. You're a proud New Yorker. The OG version of that title used to have the Statue of Liberty on it. So it only makes sense that a New Yorker is walking into the biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam. It only makes sense. It fits right. What does it mean to you? Because we know you're going to have the title going into SummerSlam. Nobody's taking that off your shoulder anytime soon. So you're going to walk into SummerSlam as the champion. What does it mean to do it at MetLife?
Oh my God. I think you said it exactly how my heart sees it, is that it feels right. It just feels so right. And to be able to, when I first won the title, the very first thing that I did was book a flight to New York, because I wanted to make sure that I took the title to the 9/11 memorial and brought it to my dad's name, because that is ultimately what this was all about. The whole reason I started this journey was because of him. And, it's nice to have the feeling of being a New Yorker to bring into this, but bringing just my family along for the ride. And I know that they can all come to this one, which is really great. It's where I grew up. My family still all lives in Queens. So it's just even more special, because I've wanted to do this for and with my family, and I get to do that. And, I think ultimately, you think about the United States Championship, and of course, no one says that any one championship is more important than the other, but I have a way of thinking of this as I need to fight for this now. I want to take this championship everywhere. We just had the merger with AAA. So I want to take it there. I want to take it to NXT. I want to take it to TNA, to Stardom, even wherever it is that I can defend this championship. I want to make my mark on this championship and its legacy, and make sure that I'm a part of that. When people think of this title, I want them to think of me.
Yeah, you exactly. You wanted to think of you. But you know what? During that time, during your run early on in WWE, during the pandemic, I felt like you were such an MVP of that era. You were such an MVP of that era. I said it back then and I say it now. But one of the things that I think brought me in, there's no crowd, right? But your promo ability is what brought me in and go, wow, man, this girl is amazing. When did you feel promos, you bringing the promos in and really connecting with the people? When did you feel like you started to get into what that craft was and really master it?
So I'm going to say something that I spoke to with Paul Heyman about this, because obviously he gets this whole, if you're from New York, that's just what you're born with. That kind of wit about you, that kind of you have to be quick with it. You have to be quick with it. You have to be sharp with your tongue. You just have to be. And I think that especially because I was smaller, I knew right away, if I wasn't going to break you down physically, I was going to make you feel this small. So ultimately, it was something that I always kind of carried with me. But NXT is where they let me kind of be me and just let it blossom and allow me to become the jerk that I wanted to be. But it's also, it became fun too, because I wasn't just talking for myself. I was talking for Andrade, and I genuinely feel like he was one of the most incredible, not just athletes, but performers that has ever been in WWE. So it was super easy to talk about him in that way. And obviously, when you talk about the characters that we went up against, Drew McIntyre, it's one of my favorite people that we ever. There's this one promo that Drew and I talk about where it's I imitate his accent horribly, but I think that was during the pandemic also, and it was just. I don't know. They just gave me more and more because they started to trust me more. And they were like, okay, you're going to be a part of 6 out of however many segs tonight. Have fun with it, And it's we're just going to let you talk. And I'm like, this is great. Now I could just there's no restrictions. I could be a jerk if I want to. I can be cool if I want to. I can be funny if I want to. And, I think it was just exploring the different sides of Zelina is really where it came out.
We can't wait to see you walk into MetLife Stadium with that United States Championship around your waist and defend it against who we'll have to see. I'm sure there's some dream matches out there. I've seen some people say Zelina versus Trish. They said Zelina versus Chelsea rematch.
Love that.
Said Piper Niven. They've said there's so many names. People from NXT.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But one thing I want to ask you before I get you out of here is, look, we're both December babies from the 90s. All right. We had a lot of great experiences coming up and a lot of great music. For the young ones out there, you need to put them on game. What is your quintessential late 90s, early 2000s playlist? Just give me a couple names of people to check out, who they need to listen to.
Definitely Aaliyah. Anything Aaliyah, I will always say that is my girl. Anything from her, especially during that time frame, was just top. Like she's influenced so many other people. Like in the game now, I can only imagine where she would be right now. But Aaliyah, absolutely, anything from her. And I got to bring it back to New York, really. So LL Cool J, you think of like Round the Way Girl, like that's my jam. You talk about Nas, like he's from Queens, so it's just a thing that that whole crew. It's just, you even think about Genuine, like just that's hard. That's a really difficult one because I love anything Aaliyah. So it's like whoever she was connected to, Tim, Missy, so. That whole group for sure.
That whole group. Well, you know what? There's going to be a lot of music blaring in New York City during SummerSlam weekend in celebration of a successful title defense from Zelina Vega. Zelina, we really appreciate you stepping inside and giving us a little bit of your time. And congratulations on all your success.
Thank you so much. That means so much to me. I appreciate it.